Hey my lovelies, so in today's video I'm going to be doing a story time on the time where he did not know I was transgender. For the new people watching this channel, hello, I'm thesonnislove and I am a woman of trans experience, for those of you guys who do not know. I would say that this story is a little crazy, and looking back on it, I have learned a lot of lessons from it. So I'm just gonna go straight into the details. I'm gonna go straight into this story because you know I ain't got time to lag with y'all. Y'all know y'all need to get all the tea, so I'm gonna spill all the motherfucking tea for y'all. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So this story takes place in my school days where I was a lovely senior. A couple weeks into the school year, I met a guy. So this was a couple weeks into my senior year. I was just fresh. I was happy, living my life as a woman, the person that I've always wanted to be. And I was super excited to go into the year strong and confident and embrace who I truly am. And that was probably the most amazing year I've ever had in school. I did face a lot of haters and a lot of obstacles, but overall it was an amazing experience and I was super happy that I was able to actually be myself. Our school's bell, I think, was at 7:20, so I usually came early, so it was pretty early in the morning, and I was just walking to my first period, and then I so happened to see a guy walking past. Now, instantly, I was super attracted. He had tattoos, brown skin. He played basketball. He was super, super cute. Like, I was just so attracted to him. I couldn't tell that he was attracted to me because he seemed to just walk past me and he just looked at me and I looked at him. We just made eye contact and it was kind of awkward, but that was that. I didn't pay much of it. I just thought he was cute and I just kept it moving. A couple minutes later when the bell was actually going to ring, I was just sitting next to my class and I noticed the same guy walk past again. But this time, he actually came up to me. I seen him walking towards me, but he did it in a casual way to make it seem like he wasn't trying to approach me. He just so happened to see me. He just like walked past and was like, oh, hey, you know, like he just tried to approach me in like a little casual way, but I know he wanted to get the number. So then he finally decided to approach me and then he began to just introduce himself and we were just having small talk, nothing major. He was just saying, how am I doing? You know, the typical conversations of when a guy's trying to approach you. So then he asked for my number and then I gave him my number and then we took it from there. Throughout that whole day, we were just texting. Like, you know, I can tell that we were both attracted to each other because the effort was we both had a lot of effort into the conversations and he walked me to all of my classes. And that's what I loved about it. I thought it was so sweet that he walked me to all of my classes. We were just talking that whole day. You know, he would always hit me with the typical, you know, oh, you're gonna be my girl one day. You know, oh, I'm really attracted to you. Da, 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 da. I can see us going far. You know, typical guy talk that guys try to do to reel you in. And me being the naive high schooler I was, you know, I was just taking it in. I was grasping all of it. I was loving it. I was just like, oh my God, he really likes me. Oh my God, you know. I was really into it because, you know, I was super naive back then. And, you know, when guys spit game, girls, you know, we love it, especially if you fine. So throughout the end of the day, he told me that he was supposed to pick me up. He said he was gonna come to my last class and get me and then he's gonna walk me to my car. So the last class came and he was nowhere to be found. I didn't get a text. I didn't get anything like that. So I didn't pay any mind to it. I just thought maybe he was busy or something. And I did notice that he went in and out of the school a lot. Like he even said he was gonna go leave to get a haircut. And I'm like, okay, so I didn't pay much mind to it. I just assumed that he was busy. So I just went about my day and went to the car and then went home. So then he finally texted me apologizing for the situation. And then he proceeded to ask me if I wanted to go on a date with him. And at this point, I was kind of in a sticky situation because I didn't know if he knew that I was trans or not. I just was like, does he know? Does he not know? I just had no idea if he was aware or not. So I was just contemplating on if I should tell him or not. I was wondering if I should tell him before the date or after the date. I was really thinking long and hard about this, and I know I had to tell him that I was trans, but at the time, I just wanted a normal interaction with a guy without my transition being the main focus. So after thinking about it that day, I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna tell him before I go on the date, because I don't want any possible drama or anything negative to occur in that situation, or I can end up in a dangerous situation. You never know, because you know guys can be dangerous, so you just want to take the safe route. So I took the responsible route and decided to tell him before I went on the date. I was just in my room and then we were texting each other, just having normal conversations, and then I decided to break the ice and tell him. So then I decided to FaceTime him and I just said it straight up. I was just like, oh, I'm transgender. If you're not okay with that, I completely understand. He was super shocked. Like his face dropped. He was like, and I was just like, so you okay with it? Yes or no? you know, give me a sign. He was just staring at me. He was so confused. He was just like, oh, really? I had no idea. I was like, oh yeah, I am, you know. So what's gonna happen next? He was like, oh, well, my homeboy told me that you were trans. I showed him a picture of you and I was just telling him how we met and stuff. And then he told me that you were transgender. But I didn't believe it and I wanted to hear it from you personally. So then that's when he told me that he was okay with it and he still wanted to hang out. Now me, I was super excited because I was just like, oh my God, you know, I got me a man's, you know, I got me a man's who is cool with it, you know. I ain't gotta stress about that. We can just go on our date. You know, I was super excited. So eventually he ended up picking me up at around 6 p.m. He had a super nice car. I don't know what it was called, but it was a super nice car. It was a black car, tinted window. So he picked me up and I was instantly thinking that we were gonna go on a date and it was just gonna be a regular day. But no, no. He told me that he wanted to chill in the car instead. I was so mad in my head. I was just like, are you freaking serious? Did he seriously say that he wants to chill in the car? I'm thinking we going on a date. I got a little cute, you know, I put on my makeup and stuff. I was feeling myself. I was thinking that we was gonna go on a date, but no, he's talking about some let's chill in the car. I was just like, you know what, whatever. I'm just gonna chill in the car and see where it goes. I didn't want to judge it off the bat. I just, you know, I just went with the flow. So instantly throughout that time in the car, I can tell that his body language was very off. It was just something off about his body language. He seemed very standoffish. He seemed like he didn't know what he was doing. He would say weird things like, you're so pretty, but you're trans. I can't believe you're trans. We can be cool or whatever. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. How we go from a date to him thinking I'm cute to wanting to take me out to, oh, we're cool. We can be cool. So instantly I was so turned off, but you know, he was still fine as fuck. So I was just like, you know, the dumb person I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna get it. I noticed that every time I would talk to him, he would just look at me and I noticed that his little thingy was popping up. You know, it was saying hello, sounded. He was just getting very sexual, just talking very sexually, like, you know, saying just weird stuff like, oh, you like it? Is it big? You can tell me if it's big. I'm just like, boy, like, come on. Like, how we go from a date to this? I was just so disappointed. We went to his place and then we parked. Now, we parked for a little bit. And I noticed that when he seen people coming by, he rolled up the window. And I already peeped this and I was so irritated and I felt so disrespected. I was just like, oh my gosh, is this guy seriously trying to hide me? Like, are you serious? The windows was rolled up. He kept on looking back and forth and like just looking around, being weird. Just like he was looking for something. I don't know. His body language was just so off. But it seemed like he still had some type of attraction there. So that's what kind of made me confused and gave me mixed signals. I was just like, what is this? What is going on? So that was when he told me, he was like, oh, let's just go inside. So that is when we went inside of his apartment and then we just started to chill. You know, we was just in his bed chilling. We wasn't cuddled up or nothing because I don't know if he wanted that or not. So I was just, you know, I was just on the bed sitting down and we was just talking. And then the conversation was just so odd. He seemed like he wanted me, but he was pushing back. Something was holding him back from wanting me. But you can tell that he was attracted to me. He did like me. It was just me being trans that was in the way. So he was very standoffish. Me and him was flirting a little bit in the bed or whatever. And then that's when I kind of got on top of him. And yeah, I can tell that he didn't want to kiss me, but he wanted me to. He was just saying, oh, you want this, you want this. I was just like, but you don't even want to kiss me? Like, how the heck you gonna want me to do all this, but you don't want to kiss me? I was so bothered by that. He was feeling all up on me. He was just all up on me and we was just touching and, you know, things led to another and we ain't do nothing. We didn't do nothing. I did not have sex with him. I told myself, I was like, I'm not gonna have sex with a guy that doesn't even accept me. I'm not doing that at all. I declined. I said, no, I'm not gonna do that. I have more respect for myself. So we were just in there and I'm like, dude, like, if you can't even kiss me, why would I even wanna have sex with you? Like, that's what we're not gonna do. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna put myself through that stress and through those emotions like that. I'm not gonna do that to myself. So after we were in his house for about an hour and a half just talking and just, you know, filling up on each other, he was dropping me off and then I told him, I was just like, is this the last time I'm gonna hear from you? And he was like, no, we're cool. You my partner. You know, you gonna be my partner. And I was just like, yeah, I know what's gonna happen already. I can already tell the situation was gonna be where he doesn't talk to me in public, but he wants to talk to me through messages. I already knew it was gonna be like that, so I didn't pay any mind to it. I was just like, you know what, whatever. I can't believe that this situation occurred, and I put myself through that, and I shouldn't have done that to myself. I don't know why I even decided to even go in his car. I feel like I shouldn't have even done that to myself, and I shouldn't have put me through that. So I was very emotional that night, and I just was a little sad about it, but you know, I kept it moving like a G that I am. And yeah, I didn't get any texts after that. I didn't get any texts at all. I just went to bed. So then that next morning, you know, I got cute. You know, I put on my makeup and stuff thinking that we was gonna hang out more or something. I don't know. I thought we were gonna have some type of interaction together. I was just really stupid at the time, and I regret it. So we usually would hang out at this certain spot in the school. In the morning the next day, I decided to go to that spot and wait for him. I was just standing there thinking that he was gonna come to me, but no, he walked right past me. He walked right past me. He didn't look my direction. He didn't say anything to me. He didn't even stare at me or look me in my eyes or anything. He just walked right past me like I didn't even exist. I was a little hurt by it, and I texted him. I was like, did I do something wrong? I thought I did something wrong, and then he just told me that he wasn't comfortable with it. So, you know, I respected it, and then I just moved on, and then that was that. You know, after that, I never heard from him again. I never talked to him or anything. I was a little sad by the situation, I'm not gonna lie, because, you know, when you're in high school, you know, you want love, you want that affection, you want that attention, especially when you're a trans woman who goes through a lot when it comes to men. I thought he was gonna be the one, you know. I was super naive back then. I can't really say much about that now. Now I'm in such a great mind space. I've learned my worth, and I've learned that you don't need a man to feel happy. I'm definitely more smarter than I was back then. And my advice to any trans girls watching, I would definitely say to tell your tea before you do any type of interaction with a guy, just so you won't have to deal with any type of potential dangerous situations that may occur. You never know. You will find somebody in the end. You is gonna find a guy that loves you for you and accepts you for you, and you don't need these niggas, period. And that's what I've learned. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. Bye, lovelies.